It's a Dad's bought channel 108. The only channel you to watch, the only channel you see, except the channels you watch, the channels I see. You're not here to impress, only to express. Today is the October the 22nd, 2025. Soon be Christmas 2033, soon be Easter 2040 when the vapor cannon returns. And here I am in the midst. I'm in Woolwich right now. This is Smart City. Look at all this. Check all this out. It's all Smart City infrastructure going up. Like really temporary sort of. I've probably done the videos down here before, but it's probably a bit cheap, and it's inaccessible to me now. Well, this is where I am now. It's was originally part of the Woolwich Barracks, Woolwich Arsenal munitions factory. This apparently was a wall of a foundry, where from this bit to this bit here, there's a wall of an iron foundry where they're building guns. It was all over the place. I mean, this whole area, but they've just covered it in smart city infrastructure now. 2 or 3 bedroom flats for like $500,000 each, and all owned by Chinese and Arabic multinational billionaires, so they can rent it out for absorbent prices like what, $2.5–3 grand a month or something like that. And yeah, we're on the verge of an economic collapse. Gold is at an all-time high. It's more than $4,000 an ounce, I think. Silver's something like, how much is silver now for an ounce? Not sure. It's a lot cheaper than gold, but it's up. And even I don't know. Bitcoin crashed last week and it's gone back up again, but it's not as high as it was. But lots of things have gone up. Stock market's gone up. All these things, you know, always a sign that everything's going to go back down again. And we are on the cusp. We're on the cusp. 5 years, five plus years since the pandemic began. We're still suffering repercussions of that, of course. That completely smashed the economy. Also smashed our heads in. Are psychologically damaged. I would also count myself in that too, you know. We were all psychologically damaged one way or the other. Those that actually believed in the virus and thought it was going to kill them, and they took the fucking injection, therefore they physically damaged themselves. All ticking time bombs. All the ones that survived it as ticking time bombs, except for the ones that took saline solutions. And yeah, those of us that knew it was a complete scam, I think those who knew it was a scam probably got more psychologically damaged because he was seeing everybody around us acquiescing and caving into the pressure of wearing masks and taking the vaccine and following one-way systems in supermarkets, etc. Because if they didn't follow those rules, they'd die. They'd drop in convulsions and die on the street, like as I was illustrated in China in February 2020. The run up to the scamdemic, the beginning of the scamdemic, 2 weeks to flatten the curve turned into 2 years, isn't it? Until the Russians invaded Ukraine. And it was all over then. And the digital IDs yeah, I mean, the public now in the UK, it's been a month now, I think, since it's been openly declared by the government that we're going to bring out digital ID. We all knew this was going to happen. Long time, those of us that knew they were going to bring a digital ID at some point, and now it's out there in the open. The anti-digital ID march on Saturday, I attended part of it, the tail end of it in Whitehall. I was quite impressed actually with the turnout. Not massive turnout, but it was respectable turnout. David Icke was there, and his sons, Jamie and Gareth, and yeah, a lot of people were there. To start, the first anti-lockdown rally, apparently only about 50 people turned up. Things like March or April 2020, I think the first one was. April 2020, I think about 50 people turned up in Trafalgar Square, and they were actually outnumbered by the cops. I actually never turned up. I was actually going to go and I didn't. I'm guilty of not going. I didn't start going until August Bank Holiday 2020, when it was a massive fucking turnout, you know. Well, it got to that point, hadn't it? It got to that point where, and they were epic. Those anti-lockdown marches were epic, actually. And I think these anti-digital ID ones will be epic. I was watching Gareth Icke the other day, yesterday I think it was, and he was saying that when they turned up, or Jamie, sorry, he's the brother. So when they turned up in Marble Arch, there was hardly anyone there. And they were a bit disappointed, but after about an hour, loads of people turned up, and then as they were marching down Oxford Street and that, people were actually joining in with the protest. They were actually coming off the street and joining in. Not like the anti-lockdown protest, that when we were going around the streets, the NPCs with the masks on, they were standing like, ooh! There was a big standoff thing, but this is different, isn't it? Because there's no threat. It's not like if you don't accept the digital ID, you're going to drop dead. Like if you don't follow the lockdown mandates, so-called mandates, which is mandates by consent. It's not. You don't have to follow a mandate. A mandate only works if you consent to it. Just like compulsory. Compulsory is the same thing. It means it's only compulsory if you accept that it's been compulsory. Word magic, word magic. So, what's I saying now? What's my train of thought? What was I fucking on about? It's been a long day. Anyway, consent. Yeah, he had to. Mandatory means it's not by consent. You don't have to accept it. It's consent. It's consensual. So, what the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, the anti-digital ID march. Gareth Icke, yeah, they said they were walking marching on people joining in. They never got that with the anti-lockdown marches, but you got that with this one because there's no actual threat. If you don't take the digital ID, if you don't accept the digital ID, nothing bad's going to happen. We've got a passport, we've got a driving license, we've got a national insurance number, we've got all that in place. And these fucking pathetic, the muppet that is Queer Stalin. The first reason he gave why we're doing the digital ID was to control illegal immigration. And how the fuck's that going to control illegal immigration? Is that going to stop the boats from coming over? Is that going to stop them from jumping in the back of lorries in Galway? Is that going to stop them from like bunking rides on the train? I don't know. Do they go down the Channel Tunnel too much? There's so many ways to do it, isn't there? And they even come in on the planes as well, don't they? The gates are open for the illegal migrants. The gates are open by design. So digital ID is not going to stop that, is it? And I saw the meme where there's a whole bunch of people in a boat crossing the channel, and then someone says, "Oh, they're just bringing digital ID now in Britain. We can't go now. Oh, better turn around and go back to France again." So people saw through that straight away, so they started making other reasons up. Oh, we do it to protect the children. 13-year-olds must take a digital ID because you've got to protect them from whatever. I don't know what they're fucking protecting them from. The children are at risk from the government anyway. And also talking about imposing digital IDs on newborn babies as soon as they're born. They ought to get logged into a digital ID system. They're talking about that. And also, the other one was, if you have a digital ID, you'll have easy access to your money, and it'll be very convenient for travel. It's all on one app. It's all there. All your details, driving license, passport, national insurance number, medical records, work, all that, all in one app. How convenient that would be. You know, how convenient would that be? But we have no problems with that anyway. The system we've got now, we've got passports, we've got driving licences, we've got national insurance number, we've got birth certificate, all that bollocks, all that legal shite. We've got all that. What were our digital ID for? So they're all gay, they're all lame, they're all fake. All the reasons are gay, lame and fake. Gay, lame and fake. You know? And people are seeing right through it. And Queer Stalin is saying some anyway, we know what he said. I've got to have in order to work in the UK, you've got to have, it's mandatory to have a digital ID. It's as simple as that. And then, what was he said a couple of months back, a few months ago? He said something along the lines of, we're giving back Britain. We are creating, I can't remember, what was the word, what did he say exactly? We have fulfilled all our promises to give Britain back to Britain again. And if you don't like what we've done, you can always leave and shut the door behind you. But of course, he's just a wet puppet, isn't he? Who the fuck's Queer Stalin when he's at home? He got bummed badly by Jimmy Savile. He got severely, and therefore, and you know, we know all that. We know all that. He got severely bummed by Jimmy Savile as a child, and totally traumatised. He's gone through some severe, satanic, trauma-based mind control events. You know, they put him through him basically, and it's just a hollow shell, an NPC in a hollow shell. There is no. I think these guys came off the boat. I think I've got some illegal migrants over here, possibly. There's so many in there, so many. The Kalerga plan's in full swing. Nice backdrop, by the way. So, I can smell curry. Eating curry. Smells alright, actually. So, yeah. So here we are. And the thing is, right, I'm going to sign off in a minute, but back in the scamdemic, that whole fucking shit show could have been stopped in its tracks if everyone just said, no, we're not having on this bollocks, we're just carrying on with lives, we're not shutting our shops down, we're not shutting our businesses down, we're going to continue going to work, we're going to continue earning, we're going to continue going out, we're not going to do social distancing bollocks. We're not doing any of that. We're not going to echo Zest doing that. It's all bullshit. Because if they'd rolled this shit out in the 1970s or the 1980s, when we, the Generation X, were young lads, you know, and the older generation, the baby boomers, were still quite young too. Mind you, the baby boomers are kind of a bit more complicit, a bit more compliant, aren't they? And complicit. I think Generation X, we are the generation, aren't we? We, the Generation X lots. We are the generation. They picked the wrong generation to fuck with, as Mark Devlin said. But if had they rolled this out in the 1970s, 1980s, with football hooliganism being the main culture of the British youth, they would have fucking no chance. Fuck that bollocks. No one would have taken a blind bit of notice of it, and it would have happened. It would just be like a sort of slap. But they waited till, you know, the millennials and Generation Z came along and softened everybody up, you know, with the technology and the internet and all the rest of it, and the old bread and circuses and steroids, etc., etc., etc. Fluoride in the water, chemtrails, etc., etc., etc. They did all that, and I'm going to get up and walk now. Because, yeah, I can't wait for these illegal migrants over here. So They brought out in 2020, and it wouldn't have happened if everyone had just ignored. I mean, for fuck's sake, man. How many people are sat there in the seats of power? And how many people are down here? How many goyim are there down here on the street? You know what I mean? It would never have happened. It would never have happened had we've all coexist. There's no mass non-compliance all the way, innit? We've just got to say no en masse. The NPCs, unfortunately, are not going to say no, are they?